Hi guys, it's Punky here. I'm just here to do a quick review of the past three games. I haven't really done anything since the start of the season. We've got the game against the Dallas Cowboys, the Denver Broncos and the Carolina Panthers. I actually don't remember why I didn't do the Dallas Cowboys game. I know why I didn't do the Denver Broncos game because I was kind of a little bit annoyed of how bad we'd played, and then the straw that broke the camel's back was today's game. It pushed me over the line. I'm not sure about anyone else, but we'll get to that when we got to it. Now, the start of the season, we started off pretty well. It was after pre-season, we won one game against the Steelers, and that was it. And they're just doing as bad as we are at the moment. So we lost, but we only lost by 5. So it was a pretty good game. Again, more field goals than touchdowns, and we needed to up the ante a little bit more. But I think from the pre-season to the first game of the season, especially against the Cowboys, I think we did really well, but we still had a lot to work on. We still needed to do that little bit more, and for some reason that just went completely out of the window after the first game against the Denver Broncos. The match against the Broncos, I understand it was Eli versus Peyton and brother versus brother, and there's a whole lot of controversy and lots of issues, and they're growing up, and still issues now because Eli's still always going to be living in Peyton's shadow until he can do something which he overdoes his brother. So being a younger sibling, I can completely understand this. You're always compared to your older siblings. I have 2 older siblings, so I completely understand you have to live up to someone else's standards. You're always compared to that other person, which isn't fair, but it's sort of like a grading standard, so you need to bring yourself up against everyone else. And I think that might have been what got to him during the game, but I'm not sure what everyone else's issue has been, because there's been so many issues with catching and not being able to catch the ball, which completely confuses me because they are paid lots and lots of money to catch the ball, run with the ball, and those two things don't really seem to be happening, and that's been reflected all the way through pre-season into the start of the season, which has forced me to do this rant. Everyone's going to go say forced, but I've sort of held off. I've been quite cool, calm, and sort of gone, it was a really good game, first game of the season. It's a shame that we didn't win. We had a pretty bad game against the Broncos, but I can understand Eli might have been a bit nervous with basing his brother and lots of personal things, and obviously, you're meant to push those to one side, but you can't always do that. It's not always as clean cut. So that might have been something that affected him during that game. I can completely understand that. But we were outplayed, so it wasn't just Eli. It's not just Eli. It's everyone else. For some reason, we're not gelling as a team. We're not working together, we're not playing together. And that's one thing that's been reflected throughout the past 3 games in season, all the pre-season games. We're not showing unity, we're not a team. It's just, there are people out there and they're doing something. I'm not sure what that something is. I don't think Coughlin knows what that is. I don't think Eli knows what that is. I don't think they know what that is. Each and every individual player seems to be doing their own thing, but not working as a team so that we can win games and go forward and do better things with our time and our lives, and go towards the Super Bowl, play well, kick some ass. But nope. Just completely forget that, because until we can actually kick these guys into playing the game that they're paid to play and get them to start actually doing their job and playing together, and all in all just not being, I'm probably going to get a lot of heat for this saying this, but unprofessional, uncooperative jackasses. Because there is no reason whatsoever why they are not playing well together. There's no reason that I can think of that they can't get on together. It's like they're not focused on the game. They're not in the game. Maybe they need the fire relit underneath them or something, some sort of kick to get them passionate about it. But it's just, there's nothing there. And people might want to question why I have decided to stay quiet until today. The lovely match against the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers were in the same boat as us. They lost the first 2 games. I think theirs may have been just unfortunate because they completely and utterly buried us today. We were horrific. At one point, Eli threw a ball and it hit someone in the head. It hit them on the head, on the helmet. Instead of looking where the ball is, paying attention to the ball, trying to catch the ball. Nope, they're playing the wrong game. I'm thinking maybe we should get Sheffield Wednesday in or some sort of English football team that may actually be able to play the American football game better than the Giants at the moment, because at the moment, the Giants, I think they're playing English football. Because they're not touching it with their hands, are they? We seem to be better at kicking the ball than catching the ball, which I know it sounds really stupid, it's really infuriating, because my English football team seem to be unable to kick the ball, and my American football teams seem to be able to catch the ball. So maybe if they swap over, do a little bit of trade for a couple of weeks, see if they can do any better in the other sports, that might be an idea for them, because at the moment they are playing horrifically. The fact that we lost 38-0 is just the point that I'm trying to make. I don't see what point in time we can't move the ball forward. At one point, all we had was one passing yard and 17 rushing yards. We weren't even there. We could have done better. We could have done a hell of a lot better if we didn't even turn up. They could have been playing by themselves and they wouldn't have scored that much. But no. We had to pretend to turn up. We had to be on the pitch, and we laid down and died. They embarrassed themselves. They've let the fans down. They've let themselves down. I haven't seen them play this bad ever. They have just completely and utterly messed it up. And honestly, it really infuriated me, because it was just, there were stupid mistakes, stupid little things that they should have got through. They should have worked through. It looked like they got over it at the beginning of the season. There were a couple of little things, but they just needed to gel it better together, and they were doing well. But no, we couldn't just leave it at good. We had to completely and utterly balls it up. We had to go, oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to forget how to catch. Once again, we're not even going to be able to move the ball forward. We are just going to sit back on our arse and twiddle our thumbs while the other team go and completely embarrass us. Carolina Panthers, if this would have been 2 years ago, I'd be even more infuriated, because a couple of years back they weren't that great. And for them to completely and utterly stomp us 38 points is mind-blowing. The fact that 38 is all that they got is kind of amazing. I'm surprised they didn't get any more against us, because we just kind of laid down and went, you know what, have at it, you might as well. Happy birthday, happy Christmas, happy Thanksgiving, happy Hanukkah, happy Easter, whatever, happy Eid. Throw in whatever other religious or whatever sort of holidays, public holidays, religious holidays, whatever else you want to throw in there, happy that too. Because we just handed it them on a silver platter today. And I know, I've just spent the past however many minutes just completely and utterly ranting, but I think someone needs to say it. I don't know if anyone's going to give it to them honestly, but we absolutely and utterly, completely screwed the pooch tonight. We had a chance to be able to go out there and kick some ass, because they were on the same they were having the same problem that we were. They were 2 down for the season, and we've completely and utterly screwed it. Everyone's morale is going to be really low because of how poorly everything's just been going, and I think everyone's going to be thinking the same thing. They're going to be thinking, how do we get out of this? How do we go forward? How do we start playing as a team again? Because at the moment, there's no team. There's a bunch of guys on the field, but there's no team. There's no unity, there's no communication, there's no integration. It's just sort of, let's say, a bunch of people running around, not really doing very much, getting paid a lot of money to do it. And I know you could probably put that to any sort of like football or anything, but in football, if you don't play well, you get put on the bench and then you don't play. You get subbed, and then if you carry on playing shit, you're not going to get played anymore. You're going to be left somewhere, and then eventually you'll get got rid of. And I really don't think that that's what we need to do at the moment, but to be honest, I'll be pretty happy if we start playing as a team. I'll be sad if Coach Coughlin or if Eli goes or if any of the big players end up leaving, but I don't know what needs to change. Something has got to change. Something needs to change drastically and fast. We can't keep going down 38-0. We can't keep going down at all. We need to start winning, otherwise things are going to go really bad. The fact that we lost 38-0 today has just proved that something needs to change. I'm not saying Eli out, I'm not saying Coughlin out, I'm not saying Jones out. A little bit of a joke there. But I'm just saying that something has got to change, and it's got to change now. We can't wait for it. We can't wait. We can't sit back and wait, because if we do, we're going to end up losing it. So, the total passing yards today was 90. At one point that was 1, and we've had a lot of incompletes. I say one hit someone on the head. It's ridiculous. We had 60 rushing yards and 90 passing yards. And to be honest, that's not even close to being a quarter of what we need to do. So Carolina got 208 passing yards, 194 rushing yards. So that's about 200 of each, roughly. We barely scraped. We didn't even scrape 100. It's pretty ridiculous. They did 4 times as much as us. They did 400. We did 150. So about 3 times as much. But you get my maths. It's just, it's not good enough. The stats are there. The stats show that we didn't play. We might have been on the field, but we weren't playing. We weren't doing anything close to what we should have been doing. And I don't know how much longer we can go on like this until something's got to change now. We can't wait. There's no time left. We just need to get going, get it done now, because I don't know what it is that needs changing. I don't know what the issue is or why we're not doing what we need to be doing. I know it sounds stupid. I don't understand. There's no thought process where I can think, oh yeah, it's this specific thing that's going wrong. No, it's not one specific thing. It's several. It's the offense. It's the defense. The only person that's been doing anything recently at all actually was our kicker. He didn't really feature today because we didn't score, obviously. So I think everything going from today, everything's gone wrong, and I don't know if we should just write it off as a bad start. I know it's the third game, but you know what I mean, a bad turn. We just sort of made a mistake and we need to go forward from it, or if we should think, well, this has happened, we need to look at this, and we need to look at this game in detail. We need to look at every single play, both from our perspective and from theirs. I mean, how many how many plays were we? We had 50 plays. It's ridiculous. We had 50 plays and no score. There was a full total of 124 plays. We did 50 of those. They did 74. So we need to look at every single play for the offense and for the defense to be able to look at it and go, well, we did this. Why did we do that when we could have done that? And look what other things we could have done, anything that we could have done differently, how we could do it differently, tackle those things in practice, and then move on to the next game. Because to be honest, if we don't start focusing on our next game and start focusing on what's coming next, I really don't know what we're going to do. Because we're on game 3 at the moment and we haven't won, and I'm getting worried going forward that we're going to get lost. And I know that sounds like a really weird thing to say, but we're going to go into a spiral. We're going to start losing by a lot, like we have done today. And I really don't want to see us go down. Because we're an amazing team. We really are. We're the underdogs, but we're quite. I'll say this. The first time that I watched the Giants, we won. The first season that I started watching the Giants, we won the Super Bowl. And we played pretty well. We did a couple of bad games. We've done that in the following seasons. But we've had some amazing games as well where we've won and kicked ass. But this season, I don't know what's changed. I don't know who put what in the water. But we have just been so horrifically bad that I'm starting to wonder what's happened in the back, who's done what, why, and why everything's just not working. So you can see your head, by the way. Like I say, alright guys, I'm going to actually wrap it up now. Hopefully we will have hopefully we will be able to go forward and face every issue that we've got in training, and hopefully be able to at least score in the next match. That would be lovely. I honestly really don't care if we win the next match. The match afterwards, we need to win. But as long as we can score and play and catch the ball and run with the ball and throw the ball accurately, catch the ball, run with the ball, score, I don't care. Because the next match is against the Kansas City Chiefs, which, like I say, is my own personal opinion. I know we really need to start winning, but as long as we can use that one sort of to learn how to play again as a team and focus and go forward. But for the match on the 6th against the Eagles, my personal opinion, we need to win that. Because my own personal feelings about the Philadelphia Eagles. But we need to win, and we need to win it bad. And I think if we lose that game, game 5, I think we'll have written off our season. It'll be pretty demoralising, and I don't think that we'll be able to come back from it. May be able to, but I can't see us coming back from 5-0. I really can't. So hopefully we can start winning. Hopefully, please. I'm begging. That's bad. I really hope we can actually start going forward, winning the matches, and hey, maybe, who knows, we could actually win something. I'd like it if we could come back from this and win. I know I keep saying win, but I'd do anything for a win right now, because neither of my two teams at the moment seem to know what the word win means, or playing as a team, or gelling. So guys, I'm going to leave that at that. So sorry about the extremely massive rant. I probably repeated myself 100 times, but I'm hopefully I've made my point, and I will actually have a singular video for the next match. So that's it, guys. Bye.